Hi everyone, just jumping in quickly to say that match day with Alex and Beth this week is more just match day with Alex. I'm currently at home in Newcastle, which means I won't be at the game today, but I just wanted to quickly jump in with a pre-match prediction, and I'm going to go for a 2-0 Stockport win today. Yeah, thank you. Enjoy the video.
Right then guys, welcome back to the 1893 show. Of course, you'll be wondering where I am. I'm currently just outside the Peninsula Stadium, ready for Salford versus Stockport. We thought we'd bring you some coverage of the playoffs that we can get to. I'm going to try my hardest to get to the playoff final, but obviously I don't want to take a ticket away from a fan that would have been waiting for that for as long as I can. I'm going to be in the Salford end today. I'm pretty certain, I've heard some rumours that nearly 2,000 tickets are left unsold for this game. And there's a bit of a kick-off with the allocation that Stockport been given. But alas, of course, we're not covering Jules today. We are going to be in the Salford end, covering the game as much as we can. And see if we can get some pre-match thoughts of the Salford fans. We'll see if we can find anyone that's willing to come on. But yeah, no Beth today. It's just me. Unfortunately, I'm really sorry. We are going to have a message from Beth a little bit later on her thoughts of the game. She's also going to give her pre-match thoughts as well. But without further ado, I'm going to give you my pre-match thoughts. It's a big game. It's a big game for both teams. I think Stockport probably go into it the favourites, considering they only just missed out on automatic promotion. Salford only scored playoffs on the final day. But I think you'll see from the Peterborough Sheffield Wednesday game that it doesn't really matter where you finish up in the league. It's a one day, one night in this instance. Obviously 7:45 kickoff. And Salford would be well up for it. It was definitely a weird atmosphere when I came here as an away fan of the Gills, so I'll be interested to see what it's like today. See if there are 2,000 empty seats, and I've heard some rumours that there are some Stockport fans in the Salford ends. It'd be an interesting to see if the atmosphere is any better than that final league game. But I'll be sure to try and hopefully capture some videos from the game, etc. But obviously, it's a big game for both teams. I can't see past the Stockport win. I can't see past the Stockport win over both legs and Stockport win tonight. But Salford, they're a good side. They're a good footballing side. But so are Stockport. It should be a really, really good game today. Obviously, I'm excited that I'm here. I'm hoping to get to the return fixture at Exley Park as well. But yeah, that's probably my pre-match thoughts. I think we're probably looking more Stockport the favourites, but it might help Salford being the underdogs. And I said it in the video after the Gills game. I think this Salford side, if they're going to win it, they're going to win it at Ashley Park. I don't know what it is, but I got the sense that they looked more comfortable at Priestfield than they did in the Valencia last week, or however you say it. They looked more comfortable at Priestfield than they did at home, which is odd. Obviously, normally you look a bit more comfortable at home, but it should, whatever happens, be a good game, be a fantastic game. It's a big day for obviously everyone involved with both clubs. Obviously, I put a few tweets out giving jibs at Gary Nev, and I think for me, on a personal point of view, I'd like to see Stockport take this. I'd like to see Stockport or Bradford go up. I think they're the two teams that probably deserve it the most. But yeah, let me know what you guys think was going to happen before the game, and obviously we'll return with more come the end of the game. I'm going to hopefully get some Stockport fans on my way up, some Salford fans on my way up to the ground to come on and see if they give me their pre-match thoughts. If not, I'll be back with you guys at half time. Right guys, we've just got into the stadium. Doesn't look to see. Well, I am like an hour early into the stadium. I'm going to grab my Babs' burger, of course. Burger of the season, of course. You missed that last week, so yeah, we're in the stadium now. Doesn't seem to be much of an atmosphere yet, but we are sort of like an hour early. They're just getting all the Sky Bet stuff put onto the pitch. Obviously, the cameras are here today, so if you do see me on there, be sure to tag me on Twitter. You can see where they've obviously segregated the county fans away. And if you were at the Gillingham game, it's pretty much half the allocation that Gills were given, and obviously it's playoff semi-final. I think it's in retaliation to something earlier on in the season. We see these two being somewhat local rivals. Be interesting to see how loud the county fans are today, to be honest. But definitely really excited for the game, as I've already said. it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to get the county fans to sort of come on and give their pre-match thoughts. But if I do find anyone, then I'll be sure to get them on. Up the Jills as always. Right, guys, we need an absolute disaster. They don't sell burgers in the stand that I'm in, but I've already started eating. I'm not gonna lie. Hannah, Stockport fan, shout out to Hannah. If you don't know, get to know. One of the writers for the Real Affair as well. Absolute legend. Hooked me up, met me at the. She's a county fan, so she met me at the barrier. Passed me the burger. I actually love her so much right now. I'm gonna get back to enjoy my burger. See if we find any Salford fans to come on. Right now, that is first half done, and it is 1-0 Salford. I'll start with a goal, but there was a lot to go over in this first half, to be honest. The goal comes from a move down the right side from Salford. Lad cuts back, passes it back, whipped in, and Matt Smith does what Matt Smith does, gets his head on it. It's a lovely header. You know what? It is a lovely, lovely, lovely goal. From Salford point of view, it's a great cross met by the head of Matt Smith perfectly. Keeper had no chance, and to be honest, the defender had no chance either. It was absolutely fantastic. First half, to be fair, Salford have probably been the better side. I think Stockport have looked a little bit tentative. I don't want to say they've done much wrong, but Salford have definitely had the better chances, more chances, and obviously got the goal. So, sorry, I'm just watching the crowd, which I'll get onto in a minute. Yeah, they've definitely had more chances and the better chances of the two teams. They've definitely looked the better side, in my opinion. All I can say, really, is they're deserving of their lead today. I've got a lady sitting next to me who said that the worst thing they can do is go in sort of half time 2-0 because they'll fall asleep when they come out, and it'd be interesting to see if that comes true and if they do end up falling asleep and let Stockport back into this game. I think we're yet to see Stockport really get off the mark in this one, and there's definitely sort of 3 or 4 more gears they can go up. I don't think they've really got out of sort of first, second gear today. You know, if they can get their goal back and go back to Edgeley, it could work in their favour. But then, as I said to the lady that sat next to me, Salford look a better team away from home. And she said, yeah, we always do. So it could be that doesn't work in their favour. But we'll have to wait and see what happens from there. On to the rest of the half. As I say, it's been mostly Salford. The only other real event to speak about is probably the trouble with the fans. So if you've been to Salford, you'll know that the away end, there's some seats and then it's terraces. And today, they've sort of, I'll see if I can get it on the video for you. I think it'll be in the video before. They've sort of split the terraces in two today. So you've got Stockport and Salford fans next to each other. Now, I must say the atmosphere has definitely been a lot better than it was when they played Gillingham. I think Stockport definitely the louder of 2 sets of fans, but Salford have definitely been giving it back more today. And there was a bit of trouble with the fans. So the Stockport fans, there was a bit of back and forth, and the Stockport fans stormed the barrier. Give me 2 seconds. Yes, from what I can see, it's a group of young Salford fans, maybe mixed in with a few old ones. I'm sat sort of midway through the stand, sort of facing the cameras, so they're still giving it now during half time. They were just sort of giving it back and forth, bit of this, bit of that, for both fans. And I don't know what was said, you know, the normal sort of see you outside after that sort of thing. And a bunch of Stockport fans, they got through the barrier and actually got through the net as well. A few of them, one got all the way through. And all you could see was a group of Salford fans running away and a group of them staying and fighting. I think a couple of them got some punches off through the net. There was a couple of Stockport fans that got round the barrier. Yeah, definitely not what you want to see, and not the best advert for obviously League Two football, but it is a part of League Two football, so I guess you're getting the full experience if you're watching on Sky Sports for the first time, or if you're watching your first dose of League Two football. Well, there you go. There's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. You die for your club and you die for the badge. But what I must say is, barring that, it has been an excellent advert for League Two football. I think both sides, although Stockport have looked the worst of the two teams, both sides are definitely in it. Both sets of fans are definitely up for it. Yes, it's just been a really, really good advert so far for League Two. I think it'd be interesting to see what happens in the second half and if we see a different Stockport side from the one we've seen in the first half. Overall, they haven't, as I say, got going. I can't remember a notable chance. I think most of their luck's definitely coming down the right. Salford are definitely managing them well, and their strikers haven't really had a sniff. Whether it's going to be a change from the Stockport lads to go a little bit more direct, a little bit less direct. It can't really put hold on the way Stockport are playing. It's definitely counter-attacking, but it's whether they go more on the front foot from here, to be honest. Definitely been interesting second half. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to get any other fans on with me from either side, so you're just going to have to battle with me and whatever Beth's got to say. So, yeah, my phone's dying, so what I'll do is I'll try and get some footage in the second half, and at the end of the game, if I can't, then you guys will hear from me when I'm next in the car. Right then, guys, we're back in the car. We've got no microphone for this part, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Full time, Salford City 1, Stockport 0. I mean, the second half, there wasn't a lot to report back. It was a very enjoyable game. I have to be honest, I really enjoyed it. Met Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which is pretty cool in itself. But yeah, it was a really, really enjoyable game, to be fair. I think Salford, for me, were deserving winners, although Stockport did, I don't want to say come back into the game, but definitely looked more threatening in the second half and definitely asked more questions of the Salford goal, but ultimately it wasn't enough on the day for them. And as a car goes past with his full beams on, nice, thanks for that, mate. Yeah, ultimately, I don't think Stockport were the races. To be honest, today, I didn't think much of them. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to say they were terrible, but it wasn't the performance you expect of a team that only just missed out on automatic promotion. Salford, to give them their credit, looked a really good side. They actually looked a lot better than they did against Gills. So, yeah, I'm going to give them credit on their performance. They looked a lot better than when they played Gillingham on Monday. Luke Bolton looked fantastic. He is a very, very good player, to be honest. Very, very good player. Louis Barry came on at the end, didn't really do much. Obviously, played against Jules, and I thought he played pretty well against Jules, but didn't see him today too much. Matt Smith was absolutely fantastic today. For me, even without his goal, him and Luke Bolton would be fighting out for man of the match. I'd probably give it to Matt Smith. Did what he needs to do, put himself about, won all his headers. What was a very well-rounded performance from him today. Definitely looked 10 times better than he did when playing Jules on Monday. So I think all in, Salford can be very happy going to Edgley Park with that 1 goal advantage. It's not going to be an easy place to go, but as I've said, I think more of Salford when they're away from home, but then Stockport are a very different side when they're at home. You know, that away end today was absolutely bouncing, and I know how loud Edgley Park can get. So it's definitely going to be a tasty encounter next Saturday. I'm going to try my hardest to get a ticket for it. Obviously, if I can't, then we may do a watch along or something of the sort from home. Maybe give our thoughts at home. But all in, I really enjoyed the game. I'm really glad that I managed to get a ticket for it. The Salford fans were definitely a little bit louder today, given their due. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't say it was a fantastic atmosphere from them. Even some of their own fans were saying we need to make a bit more noise. We make more noise more away from home. I don't know if that's a case of all the people that like to shout don't like to sit with each other at home, maybe, but it doesn't quite make sense, to be honest. And from what I remember, they wasn't very loud when they came away to the Gills. So I'm not sure what I think about that one, but the people that were sat around me were fairly nice. They found out pretty early that I weren't a Salford fan. And I went, as long as you're not Stockport, you're all right. And they were pretty accepting. And I think they can walk away very happy with that result. The lady next to me was speaking before the game, and she said that she'll be happy with a draw. So to go back with the 1-0 advantage into the second leg is huge for them. And you know, they've technically now got 1 foot in the trip down to Wembley for the playoff final. So I'm going to leave that there because I'm actually driving back down to Kent tonight. So I need to get on the road, as it is now like 10 o'clock. And it's like a 4-hour journey, if not 5-hour journey from Salford. So that's going to be fun. Wish me luck. And this video is coming out on Wednesday. If you haven't already, go and check out. I'm going to point somewhere, and whoever edits this is going to put it in. Go and check out our latest video that came out on Sunday. It's our Gillingham season review. We go over quite a bit in that. It's quite a long one. It's quite a lengthy one. So if you want to break it down into parts, feel free. But we go over the whole season and what we thought and how we thought and how we were feeling at different points in the season. We sort of go game by game chronologically, but obviously it's me and Beth, so we do go off on a bit of a tangent. And then on this Sunday, I'm not sure what we've got coming out this Sunday. I think it may be a Gillingham FC kits tier list, but if that isn't out this Sunday, it will be out very soon. And I really appreciate you guys checking this out. I hope you've enjoyed, even though it's not a Gillingham game. I hope you have enjoyed. It was definitely an enjoyable game for me to go to. And let me know if you want to see more of this from me and Beth, maybe going to different grounds when Gillingham aren't playing. Sometimes that's a little bit harder for us to do, especially with normally it'd be a Tuesday night, and you know, with Beth and Newcastle and me here, there and everywhere, sometimes it's not possible. But we'll try and get as many of the playoff games done as we can. Unfortunately, I can't get to Bradford Carlisle tomorrow, as I am travelling back down to Kent, but I will endeavour to hopefully get to the second leg of this and also the playoff final, depending on the two teams that get there and if I can get hold of a ticket. But I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button. We've got loads more content coming over pre-season around Gills and around League 2 in general. So if you do enjoy what we're doing, it really lets us know. If you hit that like button, drop a comment, just let us know. And obviously hit that subscribe button for future videos. Go back and check out the latest videos on the channel. We've also got the Salford vlog from when Gills played Salford as well, if you want to check that one out. And until next time, guys, up the Gills.